W and live on YouTube with Lauren Munt and weather with Tom Tiefertiller.
We have somebody here in our property that is wanted for shooting a police officer.
Last month, a Texas man sent law enforcement on a month-long chase after he shot a Memphis police chief. New audio and video of that arrest has been released. We're sharing that with you in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining us for First Alert 7 News on the CW, and thanks to those of you joining us live on our YouTube. I'm Lauren Munt, and in our top story tonight, today, the city of Odessa held its 2024 Oath of Office ceremony for elected officials at the historic Ector Theater that's in downtown Odessa. First Alert 7's Isabella Garriga spoke with the three newly elected members about their feelings and priorities now that they've officially stepped into their roles. She joins us now with more. Isabella?
I, Bernard Calvin Hendrick II,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of Mayor of the City of Odessa, Texas,
of the office of Mayor of the City of Odessa, Texas.
The ceremony was standing room only, with the packed crowd and numerous standing ovations reflecting both the strong support for the newly elected officials and a community eager for fresh leadership and direction.
The crowd today speaks to the fact that Odessa was ready for a change. Odessa showed up at the polls to exercise their voice. Their vote is their voice. They used it. They spoke loudly. They spoke decisively. They are ready for action. They're ready for council to get to work. They don't need us to wait 2 years, and they're ready for us to go.
Stoker emphasized a new era of collaboration for city staff, assuring that leadership by, quote, fear and intimidation, end quote, would no longer be tolerated under his watch, and that the new city council is committed to fostering a supportive and constructive environment. For newly elected District 1 council member Eddie Mitchell, this election was about ensuring often overlooked communities like the south side of District 1 finally have a voice.
I faithfully execute the duties of the office of City of Odessa Council Member District 1.
The voters spoke, and that's what you need. You need the voters to speak. And that's what I've told my district. I had a few of them in here tonight. Y'all show up. And then they'll know that the south side of District 1 wants some things. So if you don't show up, I can't speak for you. But if you show up, just a few of you, they'll know we want something in our district. And it's like I said, I'm not going to go high. You're not going to catch me in Steve Thompson's district. I'm going to be in District 1, and we're going to get some things taken care of.
Since stepping into office, Mayor Hendrick has wasted no time addressing pressing matters. Last week, he took action to file a temporary restraining order through Ector County District Attorney Dusty Gallivan to prevent the outgoing city manager from receiving $700,000 in severance pay.
I took action to do what I thought was best for the citizens of Odessa, and that will continue next Tuesday at the city council meeting. And there's been, I'm not going to lie to you, there's been an outpouring of people from the city that felt, I'm going to use the word, they've been silenced.
Hendrick also emphasized transparency and accountability. Reports of alleged misconduct within the city, including instances of sexual harassment or malfeasance, will be referred for investigation. Reflecting on his campaign and journey to office, Hendrick acknowledged the challenges and things he's learned so far in political life.
Learned that politics is an ugly, dirty business. I don't think it should be. I think everyone should run on the merits of their abilities, what they can do. There's a lot of people out there that want change in Odessa. There's a lot of supporters from both myself and my other council that we made a lot of friends. Really, it was worth it in the end, because if I lost one friend, I made 100. So that ratio I'll take any day of the week.
The new council's immediate priority will be to hire an interim city manager.
God bless our new members of the Odessa City Council. God bless this great state of Texas, and may God forever bless this city of Odessa. Thank you.
Mayor Hendrick also plans to host workshops to engage with city employees, hear their concerns, and foster a team-oriented atmosphere, something he calls Team Odessa. Looking ahead, he also plans to revitalize downtown Odessa, creating a space where residents can live, work, and play. Reporting for First Alert 7 News, I'm Isabella Griga.
At At the same time as the city's newly elected officials were being sworn in, a party was hosted by the city at the Elegante Hotel, honoring the outgoing representatives. That's amid controversy with city management. Now, these pictures were posted to the City of Odessa Facebook page, thanking former Mayor Javier Hoven, Denise Swanner, and Mark Mata for their time spent with the city. That was written with the hashtag Brighter Future. Staying in Odessa today at the Ector County Commissioners Court meeting, the court voted unanimously to move forward with a plan to construct a new Ector County courthouse. The current Ector County courthouse was built in 1938 and it was expanded in 1964, but it's time for another upgrade. Multiple community members who spoke to commissioners today brought up many grievances with the current courthouse, including an unreliable elevator, outdated technology, and not being ADA compliant. That's why 60 years later, the community has continued to express the need for a new building.
Simply what we saw is that we are sinking money into this facility due to aged pipes, aged infrastructure, aged elevators, a number of other issues. The catalyst was earlier this year. We had several floods that nearly destroyed court documents, and that's when I think the Commissioners Court finally said enough is enough. We've been talking about this for more than 30 years. It's time we take action.
$325 million have been issued towards the new facility and a new juvenile detention center. We've got brand new video to show you now of a story we covered a while back out of the Panhandle area. Our sister station KFDA has confirmed new details on the arrest of Seth Altman. He's the man accused of shooting a Memphis police chief. He then ran away from law enforcement for nearly a month. Now the 911 call and footage of the arrest have been obtained. Take a look.
It all started with a phone call.
We have somebody here in our property that is wanted for shooting a police officer.
Okay. Who is it?
His name is Seth Altman. He's in scrubs right now. He's in green scrubs. They let him come in the program, and we're barely finding out that he is on the wanted list, I'm guessing.
That was the 911 call police received from the Union Gospel Mission Homeless Shelter in Fort Worth. In the police report sent to our 10 Investigates team, the arresting officers say when they arrived at the scene, Altman was in the chapel, which only had one entrance and exit, so Altman would have nowhere to flee. Police told Altman to walk to them, and he complied without any attempt to run or fight. While detained, Altman claimed multiple times that he didn't know what he was being arrested for.
You know why I got you in cuffs?
No, sir.
You have no idea.
Other than I got out of jail a couple of weeks ago and didn't report to my family.
Thank y'all for being as gentle as possible. You know, sir, I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
Because I don't know why I'm in cuffs. And I just did a couple of years.
You have no idea why you're in cuffs?
No, sir. I got out of jail and came down here. I hopped a train, which is illegal, but
10 Investigates has not confirmed whether or not Altman got to Fort Worth on a train. Arresting officers then let Altman know why he was being arrested.
You want to know why you're under arrest?
Yes, sir.
Attempted murder of a police officer.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Okay.
Police documents say Altman checked himself into the homeless shelter the night before his arrest. Altman claimed to have plans for the next day.
Are you currently homeless?
Yes, sir. That's why I was staying here. I had a job lined up for tomorrow. I was fixing to try to go find some work. I wasn't giving up, you know.
After transporting Altman to the Tarrant County Jail, officers went back to collect his belongings. The belongings were tagged as evidence because a pair of his shorts had blood on them. Also put in the evidence was a folding knife he was in possession of. Altman was transported back to the Childress County Jail on October 29th, where he still remains on $1 million bond.
Altman now faces a charge of attempted capital murder of a peace officer. Chief Plant was released from Covenant Hospital up in Lubbock a few days after the shooting. Over in Midland, these four, Nathaniel Galvin, Miranda Avila, Devon Wilson, and Aylin Monje Ariano, have all been arrested and charged with 2 counts of prohibited substances or items in a correctional facility. First Alert 7 has learned that 2 of the individuals tried to sneak drugs inside to the other 2. All 4 of them have been booked into the Midland County Detention Center, and the investigation is ongoing. A freeze warning has been issued for areas across West Texas and the southeast New Mexico, so be prepared for a chilly start to your day tomorrow. I'm joined here now with meteorologist Sawyer McElroy in the First Alert Weather Center. She's got more on those chilly temps. Sawyer?
Yeah, those temperatures are already starting to drop across the region tonight with a cold front situated just in the panhandle this evening. We do have that freeze warning in effect starting at 11 p.m. Mountain Time tonight, 12 a.m. Central Time, continuing to 8 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Time for those areas in purple. That does include portions of the northern Permian Basin into southeast New Mexico for temperatures as low as 27 degrees. Here's a look at those temperatures across the state at the present time, ranging from the 30s to the 70s. 37 currently in Amarillo. That is where we have seen that cold front push through already this evening. For West Texas and southeast New Mexico, we're seeing those temperatures in the 40s, 50s, and even a few 60s. Those winds much improved over yesterday, though, anywhere from being calm to about 10 miles per hour. Clear skies and quiet conditions across the region tonight. Hourly temperatures will drop nicely into the upper 30s by about 5 a.m. and a chilly start to our Wednesday is on tap with that freeze warning in place going in place over the next couple of hours.
Thank you, Sawyer. And some education news now. Diamondback Energy is bringing back its Reading Buddies program to Bunch Elementary. And this year it's featuring a new partnership with Opportunity Tribe. And this program is all about growing the love for literacy and creating a space where students can thrive academically and emotionally.
Having someone that will read to you and really take it at that student's pace provides the confidence in them where then they can take a book out and read it by themselves when they're at home or on the playground or doing anything.
Opportunity Tribe has been offering fun clubs like Reading Buddies to the Midland community since 2017. Now take a look at this. An MISD senior recently performed at the famed Carnegie Hall. The district posted this photo to Facebook saying that Ryan Dominguez was one of 10,000 students who even auditioned for the Honor Performance Series. Now Ryan's currently attending Legacy High School and he's a part of the school's orchestra and mariachi. Speaking of Legacy, the Rebel football team is coming off of a big win against the Franklin Cougars in the bi-district round. Now they're preparing to face a familiar foe in the area round in Ulysses Trinity Trojans. Now last year, Legacy won in overtime on a 2-point conversion during this game. In week 2 of the season this year, both teams faced off with Ulysses winning. Across town, the Midland Bulldogs are also coming off of a bi-district round win, this one against Pebble Hills. They look ahead to the area round on Saturday when they'll meet with Crowley and Abilene. Thad Fortune is excited about the extra day of rest, and he hopes that his team has a sense of urgency come game time. The First Alert 7 sports team will have even more local sports coverage for you tonight at 10, so be sure to tune in. Looking in the community now, First Alert 7 got a preview today of the soon-to-be-open Urban Air Adventure Park located right here at Music City Mall. This new facility will boast a variety of attractions like indoor go-karts on a track that's over 6,000 feet. It'll be surrounded by slides, an indoor zip line called the Skyrider, climbing walls, bumper cars, a warrior course, and, of course, the trampolines. There's also going to be so much more at this park that's also currently hiring. They're hoping to employ more than 100 students in the area in time for the holiday season. Over in Big Spring, the city has opened up a new 3-mile trail at the McMahon Wrinkle Airport. The new path along Rickbrow Drive is designed for walking, jogging, and bike riding. The exact address for this trail is 3200 Rickabow, and it's just to the right of the airport. Coming up, a special report from our very own meteorologist Sawyer McElroy about our celestial companions. That'll be when we come back. The Earth's orbit is becoming more crowded. First Alert 7 meteorologist Sawyer McElroy explains why the Earth's orbit is attracting such a big crowd.
NASA says that there are 293 moons in our solar system. The Earth itself has one moon. Until now. A mini-moon has been caught up in Earth's orbit since the beginning of September. It was first spotted by astronomers in August.
It is an asteroid known as PT5. Occasionally, one of those asteroids will get in our way and actually orbit around us for a little bit and then zoom off onto its way. So for a little limited amount of time, we do have a second moon.
Aside from being an asteroid, this mini-moon is also much smaller than Earth's normal moon.
Our moon is a little bit less than 2,200 miles in diameter. This visitor is about 37 feet long.
To put that into perspective, our moon is just about the size of Asia, while this mini-moon is the size of a school bus. It may seem like this mini-moon happens once in a blue moon, but it actually happens more often than you may think.
Earth gets in the way of a lot of things through space. Some of these asteroids do get caught up enough to actually make a little bit of a trip and then head on their way.
The concept of an asteroid getting caught in the Earth's orbit may seem concerning, but there is nothing to worry about.
This visitor is just going to take a trip around us and head back out into space, so no danger there.
The asteroid is not visible with the naked eye. However, it can be viewed through high-powered telescopes, such as the one at the McDonald Observatory. PT5 is expected to part ways with Earth on November 25th and continue its journey through the cosmos. But this isn't the last we'll see of it. It is expected to pass by once again in 2055. And if you are hoping to take a glimpse at those skies tonight, you will not see that extra moon, but you are going to see some chilly temperatures, especially across the northern Permian Basin and into southeast New Mexico. More details on that coming up in just a bit. Good evening and happy Tuesday, everybody. Overall, it was a pleasant day across West Texas and Southeast New Mexico, but we do have some big changes on the way, courtesy of a cold front. Freeze warning goes into effect at 11 p.m. Mountain Time, 12 a.m. Central Time. Tonight continues to 8 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Central Time. Coming up tomorrow for those areas highlighted in purple, temperatures down to 27 degrees are possible, so a little bit chilly as we start off our Wednesday. And here's a look at what to expect with those futurecast temperatures down to the 40s by about 3 a.m. So Cool, but not terrible. But by about 7, seeing those widespread 30s across the area, with especially the northern Permian Basin into southeast New Mexico getting near that freezing mark, hence that freeze warning. Observed highs across the area today. Like I mentioned, a pleasant day. Cool, but not terrible for this time of year. 60s and 70s for those highs across the region. Those current temperatures are sitting in the 40s, 50s, and even a few 60s for southern portions of the area. Those winds are much improved compared to yesterday, anywhere from being calm to about 10 miles per hour, and we're not really seeing any gusts out there this evening. Clear skies and quiet conditions do look to continue as we head through the overnight hours into our Wednesday, and that will help those temperatures cool down to those near freezing marks in some portions of the area. Looking ahead to what to expect tonight, lows into the 30s and 40s, the majority into the 30s, 35 overnight for Midland, 36 here in Odessa. Those winds will remain light. Coming up tomorrow, lots of sunshine, quiet conditions, but those temperatures will still remain on the cool side with those highs in the 50s, 60s, and even 70s for southern portions of the area. Light winds are expected to continue for our Wednesday. Looking ahead to our First Alert 7-10-day forecast, if you're not a fan of the cooler weather, well, I have good news. Back into the upper 60s by Thursday, 70s by the weekend, and even upper 70s on Sunday. 79 degrees for that forecasted high for the second half of the weekend. But then we have another cold front on Monday that will cool things down slightly for our Tuesday. The good news is if you are doing any holiday traveling, looking pretty good, at least across West Texas and southeast New Mexico, with dry conditions remaining, and those temperatures kind of going on an up and down trend like always, but overall not too bad for this time of year.
Up next here at 9 today, local organizations who are part of Odessa's Homeless Coalition heard from a speaker from the Texas Homeless Network. It's a story all new at 9 when we return. Today, Odessa Links held their citywide community meeting, and local organizations who are a part of Odessa's Homeless Coalition got to hear from a speaker from the Texas Homeless Network. They talked about how they can build pipelines out of homelessness using existing resources and how they can advocate to expand those resources. Odessa Links is also preparing for their next point-in-time survey that'll take place on January 23rd, which is a 24-hour count of people experiencing homelessness. And it's a vital part of receiving state resources.
The purpose for counting them is not only to report them to the state, but it also gives us an understanding of ethnicity, gender, even how many families are actually experiencing homelessness. So it gives us a plethora of data that we can use so that we can be able to supply better assistance to our community.
If you'd like to volunteer for the Next Point in Time survey, you can visit the Odessa Links website. Still ahead, a freeze warning is on the way. We're taking another look at your first alert weather forecast before the temperatures drop. Up next.
All right, a final check of our forecast before we leave you tonight. Those temperatures going to drop, especially across the northern Permian Basin into southeast New Mexico, where we do have a freeze warning in effect starting at 11 p.m. Mountain Time, 12 a.m. Central Time, continuing through tomorrow morning for temperatures as low as 27 degrees. So make sure to bring those pets indoors, protect those sensitive plants and wrap-exposed pipes. Let those pipes drip because we are going to see chilly temperatures. Overall temperatures will remain on the cool side for our Wednesday before warming up Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend with those temperatures nearing that 80-degree mark by the second half of the weekend. Or although quiet conditions do look to continue as we head throughout the extended forecast. So if you have any holiday travel plans, looking pretty good.
All right, but I'm going to snuggle up tonight.
Yes, grab those blankets, grab those jackets.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We've got more news coming up tonight at 10.